I won't be too long. Yeah, thanks. I always try to show as much as I can, and sometimes, I like time. So thank you, Emisha, for the invitation, and thank you for recording it for everyone who couldn't be today with us.
Thank you all for being here today. As you can see, we already started. Feel free to to join us, to join the activities. Let me tell you that I am especially proud today for having such a great team of experts joining today. Special thanks to the friends I know from eTwinning and from Erasmus project. I am very glad for you to be here. And I want to thank you all for taking time to be here today. And especially I want to thank the eTwinning and Erasmus ambassadors for being willing and wanting to share from their experience. We really treasure it. And I feel like this little action research in school education group will grow and will benefit from their work, from their sharing. Let me introduce the participants. Please tell me you can still see, and okay, it's working. But before introducing the experts, I want the participants to write a few words about themselves. Please just go to, or maybe you can scan it because we have the QR code there. Tell us a few words about yourselves. We are really curious to see who is here today with us, who joined this event, where are you from, and a few things. You will see only 3 questions, a few things about eTwinning related competencies, and of course your expectations for today. We will try to to go there and see the questions, and of course we will all try to answer them to see if we can meet your expectations. Until you do that, and I will share the link in the chat so you can use it and you can complete it. I will present the experts for today. I will ask them to maybe to say a few words at the beginning, and then we will use the exact same order for the presentations as we had them in the poster. So it's a great honor and pleasure for me to have Alenka here with us. She's a very experienced eTwinning ambassador from Croatia. I say eTwinning ambassador, and I think that's the covering, the most important role you have. Though I know that you work in projects, you empower people, you help them with courses and all that. But I like to relate to the eTwinning ambassadors as being, I think the most important thing about themselves. So Alenka, if you want to greet the others, use this opportunity so that we break the silence.
Yeah, thank you, Emisha. Thank you for the invitation. I think we can prove that social media works for us, right? We met on social media, on LinkedIn and on Facebook. So this is how social media should be used to connect people, to collaborate together. And as you said, as an eTwinning ambassador, of course, I'm really happy that you invited me and that I have this opportunity to share some of my ideas and to inspire other people, maybe to implement them in their own projects or in their everyday lessons and their working environment. So thanks a lot. I'm really looking forward to sharing, but also to learning from everyone who is present here today. So thanks again.
Thank you very much, Alenka. We skipped from eTwinning to Erasmus, though they are complementary. I don't think there can be efficient Erasmus without eTwinning, but I have a dear friend of mine from the Erasmus ambassadors teams from Romania. So Ana, if you want to say a few words, if you want to greet the audience, please feel free to do that.
Hello, I'm very glad to be here, and I'm glad because I have known Emisha, and she invited me to be part of this meeting, and I hope this is the beginning of a very good friendship, Emisha. My name is Oana Gavriliu. I have been a teacher for 20 years and a teacher trainer, and currently I'm happy to say that I am an Erasmus ambassador. And I have chosen today to speak about Erasmus.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Also, we have here Monica, who coordinates Erasmus projects. So we invited people who work on eTwinning and Erasmus projects also. Monica, if your microphone is working, please feel free to address a few words if you want to.
It is. Thank you very much. Well, what can I say? First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity of organizing and attending such a wonderful event. It is a first when I'm a speaker, so I'm a little bit, let's say, stressed about it. But I'm willing it's going to be a win-win situation, and I know we're going to share a lot of good practices and a lot of information that we're going to find useful for the future. So thank you all for attending the event or for organizing it. Thank you.
You are among friends. We are happy to have you. Some of the experts have more experience. The others don't have that much, but we will for sure use you for other events if you like the role of a speaker. And don't worry, we are only friends here, only eTwinners, and in this community nothing can go wrong. Even if we have technical problems, even if we have an SF platform that is not quite working and the groups which didn't migrate yet, but we are working more than on previous occasions. So yeah, feel free to join this amazing community. Thank you, Monica. Also, we have a good friend from Republic of Moldova. We have Liliana here. She's also an experienced eTwinning ambassador. She's a very, very active eTwinner and a good friend of mine. Liliana, if you arrived and if you are here, feel free to say a few words.
Hello, Liliana. Thank you, Emeshe, for I guess I'm repeating myself. Everyone says the same, but it is a great honor to be here with everyone. It's never enough to say thank you for meeting new people and to feel that you are part of a community that is never resting, going for ideas and learning and being at such a late time still emerged in something which is called learning. Teachers never stop learning, and that is the most amazing thing. One of my colleagues once said, can you imagine we are the luckiest people? We teach everyone else, which means every day we learn something new. eTwinning even brings an added value to that, as we learn not only from in our classrooms, we also learn from a global connection, European at this point, but still I think we are in touch with more than just here and now. I think we get in touch with the whole world somewhat, somehow. Glad to be here.
Looking forward to learn from you and from the others, Liliana. Thank you. And also we have not just an eTwinning and the Scientix ambassador, we have a Genially ambassador whom we hope will inspire us related to apps, but I think we will find inspiration regarding the use of apps in more presentations today. I feel that. So Simona, welcome. Tell us a few words if you want about yourselves.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Emeshe. This is a great day because we have here all people, all teachers from Erasmus, AReTwinning, and I am so happy to be here because today we have the chance to disseminate, to learn, and I want to believe that Genialist or Scientix or eTwinning or Erasmus, that will be only the beginning of the bigger platform from the future. Maybe ESEP and the new platform, you know, will start to reveal the future of learning together. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I am happy and I hope to learn from everyone from today. Thank you.
I am sure it's going to be like that. I'm sure you will learn from everyone from here. And without further introduction, I will ask my friend Alenka, your friend Alenka, and the great expert we have today here, to inspire us. I will stop sharing and give her the opportunity to share screen and inspire us with her presentation. Alenka, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the question on it? What is collaboration?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's see. What is collaboration for you? I would like you to write it in the chat, please. How would you define collaboration in one sentence? What is collaboration? Working together, sharing, teamwork. Yes. Collaboration is the key to success. Yes. The more, the merrier, we would say. Meeting of people for doing something important, to work on the same project with different people. Going together to the same goal, that's a great one too. Thank you, Mirko. Teamwork, definitely teamwork. And as we all know in eTwinning, collaboration is actually one of the most important things when we take part in eTwinning project. So let me try to move my presentation. I would like to, just a second. Yes, it's moving, right? Can you see the next slide? Most common activities in eTwinning now.
Yes,
can you see it? Great.
Yes.
Okay, now it's working. So the most common activities in eTwinning are definitely introducing yourselves, meeting your partners, meeting students, meeting each other, getting to know each other. And the other one is learning about partner countries. These are two most common activities that we have in all our eTwinning projects. I'm going to show you so some of the activities that I did with my students, with my partners in these three projects. It's ESTV, European School TV, Project Team, and Project Mindfulness Matters. So in the first activity that I want to show you, the first set of activities that I want to show you is actually introduce yourself and or getting to know each other. So you can see two photos here, two visuals, let's say, one on the left and one on the right. And definitely we can agree that this one on the right is not collaboration, it is not communication, it is two people, a boy and a girl, talking about each other, but they're not actually facing themselves, or they're not interacting. And on the left side, this is how communication and collaboration look like. It is interaction with a common result. This is also one very, very important thing, especially when we look at quality labels and quality criteria in eTwinning. It is that we communicate, collaborate, but also have a common result, a result where all the partners or some of the partners take part, involved, and create together. So in one of my projects, I did interviews. I wanted my students to interview each other. So the partners, the students had they worked in international pairs. They prepared 10 questions and they recorded 10 short videos. It was a few years ago, in the time when we didn't have smartphones. Nowadays, it's much easier to do a task like this, an activity where you have a lot of videos that you later can put together. So the students shared the questions in pairs, and then they recorded their short answers to these questions. And in the end, the student who got the answers, actually who recorded the answers, answers, they had to put the videos together. So altogether, there were like 20 videos. And in the end, we got an interview. It was like a talk show between two students in different countries and in different times, because sometimes it's also difficult to match the perfect timing so that the students can talk to each other. It really needs a lot of time. So let's check how it looks. I hope you will be able to watch and see now the interview. Can you see the video is opening now?
Not yet. It's still the slide you are showing.
Ah, okay. Then I suppose that it isn't working in Zoom with this.
Maybe you stop the presentation and share it again for the video.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's try it like this. I'll share my screen again, but this time this one. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's like now you can see all the schools.
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm a student of gymnasium number 1 lesson. What's your name?
Hi, Veronica. My name is Lupi.
Where are you from?
I'm from the secondary school, Croatia.
Do you have a pet?
Yes, I have two pets, Kitty and Malika, and one blue goddess, and I like them.
Do you like reading books?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Do you like dancing?
So, not really.
Are you interested in sport?
Yes, I sometimes play football, and I watch football matches on TV. And I forgot, my favorite football club is Barcelona and Messi.
What do you like about your country?
I love sea very much, and I like a long holiday.
Do you like to travel?
Yes, I like to travel, of course, and my favorite country is Czech Republic and Prague.
Have you ever made fun?
No, I haven't, but I would like to go there.
What do you know about fun?
I know that it's a Poland big country, and you also have a Baltic Sea.
Would you like to work in TV in the future?
Yes, I know. Bye, Veronica. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, Duya is a great actor and the presenter, as you could see. They really, really enjoyed. They said, my students said that it was one of their favorite activities in the project. So hopefully you can see again my presentation now. Yeah, let's move. So as being a language teacher, an English teacher, it's a great opportunity actually to have authentic materials for your classroom and for your lessons. Students really have to create and write some questions for real people, not only about texts from their textbooks. So I hope we can move now like this to the next slide. Okay, the next activity is or was ID puzzles. In this activity and in this project, this is the project called Team. Students had to create puzzles about themselves. We put the puzzles in the Padlet, and as you can see, there were different forms of these. It disappeared, of these puzzles. Some of them wrote the puzzle, some of them used some photos, colors, and then our project partners had to find solution to each of the information that students presented in the puzzle. It was really, really engaging. They were very active. They communicated. They even used a pen and a paper, took a photo of the puzzle, and then posted a photo on the Padlet. And then in their comments, when they tried to find the solution, and then when they wrote the solution, partners could communicate and they could write if the solutions were correct or wrong. So they discussed about them. It was really, really engaging and collaborative. So in the end, we had a lot of puzzles created together, and they used a lot of language actually in communicating and discovering, doing these tasks that they prepared for each other. Then the other set of activities is about countries. So instead of presenting our country, I asked my students to ask questions about our country. So they wrote questions, then they exchanged the questions with their partners. They did research, then they presented answers, and they had to give feedback, of course, so to check if the answers were correct. And it looked like this. These were, for example, 10 questions from Lithuania. Then these are the questions for Croatia, Italy. We also had Czech Republic. Here you can see a video that we recorded in the classroom. Maya is actually Duya's sister, the student that you saw in the previous video. So she wanted to present the Czech Republic, and here you can see a boy from Turkey who presented answers about Croatia. Another learning about our countries and presenting the countries is Google Slides. You can also use PowerPoint for that matter. We learned about France. In a way, it was like a chain reaction activity. In the first slide, students asked some questions, and in the second slide, the next country, the next team had to answer the questions and ask some more questions. So we had answers and questions following one after the other, and teams had to answer and give more and more questions. So this is how we learned. Of course, if your student is able to ask a question about something, it means that they really learned the answer. So it's really engaging. And in the end, we had a collaborative presentation that you can also download as a video, as you know. So here we are now with Padlet and Google Lens. In this activity and in this project, this is actually the project that is going on right now. It's called Mindfulness Matters. We have 4 schools and 2 countries in the project, 2 schools from Croatia and 2 schools from Italy. And as you can see, there are 4 rows in the Padlet. Again, I really love Padlet. It's a great tool. So the students from each school had to post some photos about the country, and we are doing it in pairs. So 1 school from Croatia with 1 school from Italy. Our students are using Google Lens. So when you scan the photo with Google Lens, it gives you automatically a lot of websites where you can find information about these places. This is how we are learning about our countries. And the task is to write the name of the place, where is the place, and 1 interesting fact about the place. I did it during the lesson, and everyone had to find all the places and all the interesting facts. Then they had to sit in pairs and decide to share one of the facts that they found. So it was collaboration also with our project partners, but also collaboration in our lessons. So what I want you to do now is to open your Google Lens, because for the end of this presentation, I prepared some photos for you. You also need a small piece of paper and a pen. Your task is, for example, to scan this photo, to find the name of the city, and to write the first letter of the name of the city on the paper, just the first letter. Okay, time's up. This is the second photo. So you scan it again. It is the name of an island and also the name of the city on the island. So please scan it, find out the name, and write the first letter again. The first letter of the name. This is the next one. I really like this one. This is an island also in Croatia in the Adriatic Sea. Now, when you scan it, please write the second letter of the name of this beautiful and, as you can see, very romantic island. So now you need the second letter. Next one. It is also the city or the town on the Adriatic coast. I feel like a tourist guide now. I'm promoting our beautiful coast and sea in Croatia. Here again, you need the first letter of the name of this city. Oh, this one is really beautiful. This is also, you will find out the name of the island and the name of this town on the island. Some people even connect it with Marco Polo. Some say that he was born here on this island. So you again need the first letter. And last but not least, this is the city I live in. And you need the first letter of this city, the name of the city. Okay. And I hope you have your word. This is my word for you. Can you show me the paper? I think you managed to write. Thanks a lot. You should find when you scanned, you should have found these names: Trogir, Hvar, Galešnjak. It's the island in the shape of the heart. Novigrad, Korčula, the island of Korčula, and Split. So thanks a lot from Split, from me, for being here today and taking part in this activity. Actually, this last activity wasn't really collaborative. We did some cooperation. It wasn't collaborative, but for eTwinning projects, what you could do, you can make international pairs, and you can ask students to create some short words with some letters from some names of their cities. So you can have like, you know, boards with filled with photos and words, and then they can exchange these photos and find out as is a challenge, team challenge in eTwinning projects. But pay attention to it, that they should do it together in international projects, so that you can have collaboration among your students, among different partners from different schools. So that's all from Split. Thanks again. Thank you, Emesha, so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Alenka, for coming. It was really inspiring, maybe for future eTwinning projects, but also for activities in your classroom. It was really, really nice. And it was nice. Well, it wasn't collaborative, but you managed to engage us. So it was a win-win. Maybe I didn't use Google Lens before in the classroom, but I will try it for sure, because it was really interesting. And I think it can be adapted. Thank you for sharing. I think this is the essence of our eTwinning activities. It was a pleasure to have you here. And guys, if there are questions for Alenka, please write in the chat or grab the microphone, because she's here to help and inspire. Or if there will be further questions for you, maybe we can forward them after we complete the feedback form.
Yes,
So,
yes, I will also, of course, share my presentation with you, Emesha. So you can have it as a reminder then for everyone.
Yeah, we will send it to participants so that they can have it. Maybe find further inspiration there. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for inspiring us. And good luck with the eTwinning project. We're looking forward to what will happen next.
Yes, I think, well, you know, it's million people using eTwinning platform. We just need some more patience, but you know, we learned really a lot about different digital tools. So I see our platform and the eTwinning community just as a meeting point, and then we use all kinds of digital tools that we can also share later on the platform. So I don't see really as such a big problem right now, just a little bit maybe challenging, but it also makes us learn some new activities and new digital tools actually. Yeah.
Besides,
good luck everyone.
Besides, we used different tools before, and the TwinSpace was like a place to gather all the apps we used to share among each other. So
yeah, I learned about Padlet on eTwinning. I learned about Padlet on eTwinning, working with my colleague from Italy. I didn't know about Padlet before I entered eTwinning. I mean, it's really inspiring. It's as Liliana, I think, said, it's learning together. We always learn when we share, so inspire each other. It's really, really, for me, the best thing I did is to join eTwinning.
I think that's the best thing we all did. eTwinning is really an amazing community. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alenka. Let me introduce you the next speaker is Ioana. I think I made you a co-host. Please let me know if you can share your screen. I just wanted you to see the picture and I will stop sharing. So please, Ioana, tell us about your Erasmus experience. We had here eTwinning inspiration, and now let's see what you are doing as part of your Erasmus project. I know that Alenka is also hosting some courses, right, Alenka? Maybe after the presentation, or if you feel like telling us a little bit about the Split experience now that we have seen the wonderful pictures from Croatia, feel free to let us know.
Well, I will share some. I will share the link in the chat, maybe, so
that is perfect.
See. Yeah.
Well, Alenka has set the standards very high. I liked her presentation very much, and Okay, maybe you can see. I cannot see it now.
We can see the
So,
presentation.
yes, okay. Yes, actually, while listening to Alenka, I have thought that I might share our page. Let me see. It's very confusing for me because I cannot see. Okay. Can you still see it?
We can still see the presentation.
Okay, so but maybe later during my while I talk about Erasmus projects, I might show you our one of the pages that we have in our for our latest project, Erasmus project. I have chosen to name my speech "Growing Up Through Experiences" because in time we know that humans not only grow on the outside but also from the inside point of view, and this one is another type of growth, a deeper and more profound one. And I for myself have found this type of growth through Erasmus projects, and that's what I was intending to tell you. And I always try to share with people around that you can grow, you can grow, you can develop yourself being part of projects in general and Erasmus in particular. First of all, I speak from my own experience, as I told you, and also as an active viewer. My first Erasmus project happened 12 years ago, and ever since, I have tried to look for opportunities to be part of them. I also have reached the conclusion that indeed they open minds and they can change lives, as the famous quotation that always accompanies the Erasmus logo. In the course of my experience, I have witnessed many students that who being once part of an Erasmus project would later try and look for opportunities to be part of other projects.
If you are moving the
Yes.
slides, we don't see
Yes.
them. So yeah, try to move them if you did.
Okay, just a second, because I told you if I okay. What about now?
Like this, yeah, if you click on them or you use the arrow, then we can see them.
Okay, I will try to okay, these are some parts of these are some things that I have chosen to show you from one of our the last project that we still have that is still happening. Okay, and as I told you, every experience is an opportunity to further our learning insight and to make one rise above his or her level and build our skill set. Regarding in an overall measure, each project has the same steps, and that would be finding the need. We can start from a special need that each of our schools, because we are teachers, have, writing the project and looking for the right partners, submitting and keeping our fingers crossed together so that we can our project is accepted. And then afterwards the fun begins, that is working on the project. It's an opportunity, so each time it's an opportunity to get to know places, to get to know educational systems, because this is what we are very interested in, and to have an insight into other people's educational system, and sometimes even lives, because we remain friends afterwards with many of our partners. Each step has its meaning, and nothing should happen at random. And as a teacher in school, we teach a lot, and we hope that the knowledge you pass to your students will help them in real life. And these projects are a means, one of the means that help us put into practice the know-how that we get in school. Just a second. These are pictures from our activities. Can you still see them?
Yes.
Playing? Okay. We also know that learning truly begins when you practice in the real world, and this is the time when we get to practice what we and we can grow in wisdom through our experiences. I like this quote I like the quotation very much that Einstein said that information is not knowledge, and the only source of knowledge is experience. Projects should be valid because they create a setting for teachers and students alike, the best setting for informal learning or informal education. And they become the best opportunity, or one of the best opportunities, to apply what we learn and what we teach in class. Moreover, if we go to examination, that is a very important part of our projects. It can be regarded as a time to reflect on what we can do, on what we did in the previous ones. It's telling the others what we have experienced, because apart from one's own experience and in life, the stories can also teach invaluable lessons and give timeless wisdom. And now, if you allow me, I would like to share, and if I am able to, I would like to share with you one of the pages of our the project. I have shared the pictures. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, it does not work now because, you know, I usually use another laptop, but
maybe just stop sharing one and share it again. It always works like that.
Okay, yes, okay, yeah, thank you. Of course, I am nervous because this is the first time I am a speaker, and as I told you, okay, let me do like that. Okay, so as Alenka said, we share our knowledge. So in this particular project, for example, we had a lot of opportunities to work together, even if being so apart from each other. We were 5 countries, five partners, and we had, for example, the products that we had in mind are here, and we did activities for each day. If we look at recycling day, let me show you. Then we posted here every activity that we did, and even if we are so apart and so far away, we admit in the end that we are so alike, and our students are the pictures are blended from all the countries, for all the 5 partners. These are the schools. Okay, here. Maybe I sound a little bit too enthusiastic, but I love Erasmus projects, and I think they are a great opportunity, and I always try to encourage teachers or others to apply for projects, because we can learn so much from each other, and we can have so many we can give so much to the students, to our students. So is it a great informal way to educate the others. This would be that. This would be it. If you have any questions, this is one of them. I told you our school has 3 projects developing at the time being, and we have grown, to go back to the title of my presentation, we have grown so much, learning from each and every activity from each of our partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. It was really inspirational. I am glad that you are here with your Erasmus experience. I think that we can use things from each other, and yes, we can use the inspiration from eTwinning into our Erasmus projects, and we can be better, and we can really grow together.
Yes, of course, and eTwinning and Erasmus, they always go together, because we are after working in an Erasmus project, for example, we have chosen to go and do some other small projects, eTwinnings projects, with some of our partners, and that's why we love both types of projects.
Indeed, thank you, dear Juana. Thank you. I cannot imagine projects. I cannot imagine school education without eTwinning. I cannot imagine Erasmus without eTwinning. I can imagine eTwinning projects by themselves, but seeing the amazing photos you have from a real group activities when they meet, yeah, it's important to blend them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Share the project page also. Maybe Juana will share it in the chat now.
In the chat, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Monica, you have the floor. Inspire us more. Tell us more about Erasmus.
Okay, thank you. Well, there are a lot of things that, let's say, I've just learned just by attending the presentation. Thank you, ladies. It was a really, let's say, educational and instructive presentation. And as you said, there is a need for each project, and maybe the need is to learn not only something about others, but also about yourself. This is how an Erasmus and an eTwinning project started for me. The reason why I chose to attend the project was, let's say, not only because there are countless advantages when it comes to the eTwinning community or the Erasmus community, but also because I could learn from other teachers. I could share their experience. I could find out things that otherwise I wouldn't have ever found out. Because I teach English in a vocational school, I chose to talk about an Erasmus project which is called Mosaic Art. Each mosaic piece has a story to tell. It is an Erasmus project, and it started in 2021. As we speak, I have a couple of my students and 2 art teachers in Porto. They went there yesterday to attend the mobility and to find out about what mosaic art is really like in that part of Europe. Let's start with the very beginning. Let me try to share my screen with you. Okay, let me see if this goes. Can you see anything?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so the project, as I said, it's entitled Mosaic Art. Each mosaic has a story to tell. And let's go with the very beginning. What is mosaic? So can you maybe write some ideas in the chat? Do you know anything about mosaic or mosaic art? And maybe you can help me with some of the answers because I cannot read the chat.
Mixing together, Spain, small pieces put together.
So maybe the idea of collaboration, but in a different form. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so either we use different sorts of materials or patterns with a regular or irregular form. Either we use, let's say, colored stones or glass or ceramic, which is held together. The idea is of creating a common product, a joint product, okay? And this product is not only used for decoration or artwork, it could also be a hobby or a craft. And it's also a way of creating bridges, right, between generations, because mosaic has been there like for a very, very long time. The idea of this project started in 2021, and Poland is the coordinator, but initially the project was written by Turkey. And we had the opportunity to go to Turkey, to Gaziantep, which has the biggest mosaic museum in the world. And I will just show you some images here. It was a really, really impressive experience to learn about other countries and how wonderful they are and how many things you can learn just by sharing good practice and by being able and open-minded to learn from others. The mosaic art, as I already mentioned, is just not part of a building or a dome or a religious building. It is also part of our tradition, part of our crafts, and part of our arts. So the students joined the project not only to, let's say, increase appreciation for fine arts, but also to improve their aesthetic qualities, to find the perfect balance and harmony between different colors, tones, and hues, to explore their creativity in a friendly and supportive environment, as well as find or have a deeper sense of belonging. Designing mosaic or even planting it was also a language exercise because they had the chance to develop their language skills, their critical thinking, also be more responsible when it comes to the European heritage, because we all share the same responsibility of passing on the values from one generation to the other. What can I say? It is a project that is still going on. We still have a lot of things to create, and we'll have mobility in Romania, in Suceava, next year in February. There's going to be a lot of work, and let me see if I can show you. Sorry.
We were able to see the website, Monica. If you go back, we saw the website.
Okay, but the website is for a different project. But
okay,
I can't.
Oh, sorry, now we see your emails.
Yes, it is. Okay, it's public now. I've never shared something on Zoom before. It's not the same as Google Classroom, so that's why I have a hard time doing it. Well, what can I say? I think the best lesson that I've learned from eTwinning and also from Erasmus is don't be afraid of going forward, but be afraid of standing still. Okay, so there's always something to learn. There's always something out there. Once you expose yourself to it and you're willing to get out of your comfort zone, you will find more things awaited to be discovered. Thank you.
Really nice, really, really nice. I think no words to complete it. Excellent. Girls, you are so inspirational, I think all the time, but today especially. So thank you very much for not letting us stop, for not letting us stay comfortable, for inspiring us to dream and want to do more. Great presentation. And now we want to travel. We want to go to another country. And since we were in Romania with Oana and Monica, we want to go now to Chișinău and see and receive inspiration from Liliana. I'm not going to present you because we are waiting for you to inspire, to present us great projects, to teach us amazing apps. So you just grab the microphone, Liliana, and amaze us with another presentation. Actually, we were waiting for it. So
thank you for putting that picture on. Great picture. Great picture. Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen and I'll go straight on. Again, very inspirational, everyone. I do have a question, some questions before that. I'm going to talk about magic. I think it's everything that will complete everyone else's. Everyone has spoken about magic so far. I'm just going to sum it up and show you how did we do some magic in an eTwinning project. Since we're not part of Erasmus, we only do eTwinning projects. which is just equally inspiring, equally beneficial for our students. The only thing that is taken away is the mobility. Hopefully that comes too very soon. Anyways, 2 years ago, we developed, well, a year ago, we developed a project which was called SMILE, the School of Magic Inspiring Learning Experiences, which turned out to be a success. I'll ask you some questions before I go on. Do you have students who are mark oriented, who only ask you about grades? What grade did I get? What mark did I get? You got those? Or is it only me? All right, I see heads nodding. Okay. What do you think is the secret of success? If you can use the chat, I would be glad to see how do you see what is the secret of success. Perseverance. Thank you. Anything else? What do you think is the secret of success? Who thinks what? Love what you do what you love. Excellent. Hard work. As you're writing, work, don't give up, work. Well, how good we are in saying what is the secret of success. We are the ones that are successful. So we know that the key to that is the success. The key to that is work, is very hard work. And one last question. Okay, don't give up to look for a new way if the existing one doesn't satisfy you. Agree, quite agree. Last one. Did you watch or read Harry Potter series books? Well, books or films, sorry. Has anyone? Of course, I hear of course. Okay, so in making a project, I asked my students, what do you like? And they said Harry Potter. I had a group of very mark-oriented students, and I wanted to make them successful, but they didn't exactly like to work much. They just wanted to get marks just because they're brilliant, intelligent naturally. And that's how I got the idea to put all of those three together, get the magic, make it into a school, and use a trick, again, magic, not exactly from Harry Potter, but a teaching magic, which is called elements of positive psychology. I've read, I like everything that is positive, and positive psychology, of course, attracted my attention. And I found out that successful people are usually those who have certain character strengths. And I said, and the people who, the well-being of people depends on positive relationship, accomplishments, engagement, meaning, all those, what's called in positive psychology, PERMA. And what's more, I came across Carol Dweck's Mentality, A New Psychology of Success, her book and her idea. And she comes with probably not a new thing. She does come with a new approach. She speaks about growth mindset and fixed mindset. It's, as I said, it's easy for us, and we know that success is 99% of work, and then the rest is just inspiration and whatnot. But talent, that is what is Einstein who said that. Anyways, she noticed as a teacher that students who are intelligent tend to be successful in the beginning, but as they base themselves only on their natural intelligence and not on work, they come to score lower and they come to be less successful. And students who have, let's say, they are not that gifted, but they work hard, they come to be more successful than the one that just base themselves on their natural intelligence. And this is how SMILE came. SMILE, which is an acronym, the School of Magic Inspiring Learning Experiences, comes across. It is a replica of Hogwarts, but it is not entirely it. It is similar but different in the same time, because we have used the magic of personal growth and tried to instill the idea and form those character strengths where students, based on virtues and values, understand that only by hard work, only by having grit, perseverance, and all of that, they can succeed, not giving up. Exactly the qualities that you have pointed out so far is what makes them successful and is what will eventually bring them to great results and accomplishments. So we created a school. It was the COVID-19 lockdown. We were at home and we were trying to keep the spirits up and positive with a speck of magic. We had a great team, of course. You can't do anything without a team. Magic teachers and a headmaster, made up person, septum perma, that yeah, you see that we used perma, that stands for the well-being elements that you have just seen, and septum is a 7 in Latin, which is a magic number. We made everything to be somehow connected to magic. Here it's our professor. We started with the enrollment, of course. As an English teacher, I wanted them to learn language, and aside from sending letters by owl post, which was eTwinning mail, they've learned how to write a motivation letter. Everything was, of course, connected to magic. We even had, they had to have an owl that would send the letter through a magic address. And of course, Smile was positioned at a magic address as well. 13, growth, mindset, drive, over the rainbow city, and all of that. Everything had to do with magic. We had a school philosophy, of course, based on superpowers that students can have, such as zest, grit, optimism, self-control, gratitude, and all of those that work the magic of success. And the credo of school: the challenges make me stronger, mistakes help me learn. I grow my brain by learning hard. I can always improve, and when I work hard, I get better. That was the credo, and they had to, every time they followed this credo, they were encouraged, and they were, we used a lot of rewards during the project, to put it this way, encouragement. And since it was a project which had to do, was similar, a school that was similar to Hogwarts, we had a sorting card ceremony. We had houses, except that our houses weren't Slytherin and the same as Harry Potter. We had Smile houses, which had to do with human virtues, a virtue: wisdom, courage, humanity, transcendence, justice, and temperance or moderation. All of these virtues had certain character strengths, and as at the first stage of the project, students, during the orientation, they had to find out what are their character strengths. And ironically enough, the sorting hat ceremony here, it turned out, it was randomly done. To be honest, we did not put them according to their virtues, but it turned out that they got into the house, the virtue they had to develop. I don't know how that happens. I think nothing is random, but it just happened so. We had a housewarming party, of course. You see, we teachers wore the colors of the virtue, because if I go back here, you will see that each house had a color. We met at night again, but this is when magic happens too. We had an escape room tournament to introduce the countries. We thought about, you know, Erasmus Plus, yeah. Well, we thought about Wizardless Plus, which was the same, pretty much the same idea. We had a Wizardess Plus office, and we had a country to research. So we made the introductions a little bit wizardess, wizardry, magic again. And each country was assigned a different country. We researched and virtually traveled to that country. We had a tournament, of course, since they had traveled. We had a swing tournament, spring tournament, where we took a virtual trip to partner countries by playing a quizzes game together. We had a Wizardess house fun. By house, we separated in houses. Each teacher monitoring a house. We had house dames and house masters, just like at Hogwarts. And fabulous, ubiquitous navigators thought about what means of transportation could they use at Smile, but the transportation had to be sustainable. We had students had different roles at the meeting. It wasn't just randomly. We had artists, advertising managers, we had media advertisers. So they not only created, they also advertised it in media. They felt adult, and they felt like they had real jobs. Some of them did better, some did they were less successful, but what matters, and we put that out straight away, don't give up, next time is going to be better. Yeah, these are some of the results that our advertisers managed to put on the Twin space. We worked on special pads, collaborative pads, where they could work right away. And the adverts and screenshots were placed in different media. As a school, we had classes, and those classes, okay, the houses were for socializing. Each house had an area, a lounge, a socializing lounge, where they could check in and they could write to each other. And we also had classes. It's a school, so we put learning right at the core and heart of the project. But the subjects were magic again, because we've learned school subjects, all right, but disguised in different Hogwarts subjects. So we had etiquette and etiquette, we had defense against dark arts, magic of numbers, herbology, charms, divination, transfiguration, potions, history of magic, German, French, English. We were a bunch of language teachers. We only had one ICT teacher, and that was Antonio Bonacera from Spain. Otherwise, all of us language teachers. This is an example of a class, the Dada class, Defense Against Dark Arts class. A compulsory subject. We had compulsory subjects, we had optional subjects. Within each class, there were optional activities. There were plenty of activities that students could choose from, because depending on what they like, it's nice to give an alternative to students. But again, took all those dementors and boggles from Hogwarts and found an equivalent of them in real life, but reversed. So had here fear. What stops us from being successful? Fear. And we got the RIFs in how to, of course, we learn about them, but then we apply how to make a spell to defend yourself, and that is the ridiculous spell. A fear disappears if you picture something ridiculous in your head, but the students drew pictures that made their fears ridiculous. We had the dementors, the dark creatures that consume human happiness, and we found that those are the depression that eats you from inside, and we didn't give it that name because it had to be different. So it was Noiserped. Again, we had a spell for it. They finished a spell where students in the forum had to write about their accomplishments. When you know that you are good at something, you can't be depressed. Or so the scientists say. And by finding out what they are good at, they found, again, something to fight for, something to be happy about rather than depressed. Lots of zombies, smile zombies, that well, addictions, we call them addictions, zombies, that make us behave unnatural and be dependent on things. And we had food, well, doof, oidifsemag, lohokla, sorry, very nice names. Just not to give them what they are. We decoded the messages to find out. We had lots of activities here. How much are they affected by the in-off zombie and all kind of stuff. Werewolves, we even found Regna anger and ways to fight anger, techniques to control. We had the ABC, D, A, B, C, D, E. Well, the 5 techniques, A, B, C, D model to control your anger, the Tranquilitas spell. Of course, the vampires, and that was the bullies or Ilub in Smile. And we had the prohibited humiliazione spell. It was Latin. You see some Latin in here. That was in the names, a language again. And of course, our modern times dark force, which was COVID, but we didn't call it COVID. Of course, it was reversed. So you see here some of the pictures how students, we had the fear of ants. Quite a lot of students were afraid of ants, and we see here a ridiculous spell. Here's some text added and they become ridiculous. We had the effectual spell when students wrote what are they good at, and the coding and decoding activities, as well as what that is the healthy food and stuff. We have analyzed how many students are addicted to phones, and it turns out 73%, which is, whoa, quite a lot. Yeah. So we had to use all those spells, really. Yeah. For potion class, we created a Felicitas potion with students, and speaking about collaboration with Alenka, each of the students had to write what ingredients would they put in a potion for happiness. And afterwards, we put all of them and they voted, and we took the first 10, which were the most frequent. And this is how we got our Felicitas potion. Oh, here it is. And if the smile potion of Felicitas potion is, it's pretty common, isn't it? It's quite the happy potion. Yeah, challenges, experiments, English languages, well, of course, structures. You see here the second conditional, if I were, I would make, if I had a magic wand, they learned some grammar as well, without even thinking about it, of course. They all pretended they all thought, what would they do if they had a magic wand? We had evaluation, and we tried to motivate our students in many ways. Here's how evaluation was done. We had a scoreboard. They could see in real time how is their house doing. Depending on how much work did they put into the activities, each house would get points. And they at tournaments, that's when we would give them not only at tournaments and individual beans, magic pumpkins, and character sparks. Every time they displayed a virtue or character strength, they would get the character spark. We had students that couldn't solve this, where was it? Couldn't solve this label the potions. So they kept sending and sending and sending and trying, and they got beans, magic beans for that, and they got a character strength, just a character spark, just because they didn't give up. And that is a very important thing, because eventually they succeeded. We gave the owl badge an outstanding work label. We had the leader of the month, which house the students watched attentively who was the leader of the month, and which house was the most successful at some point or another. Yeah, you see here some what did we award the character sparks for. Some found the money and brought it back. Someone didn't give up. Someone studied a lot. Yeah, we had a reading hall. As an English teacher, I wanted them to read in English, in original. And we started with what postures do you like? Encouraging reading, I think, develops language quite a lot. And you see different postures here. They had to upload a picture that they love. In what posture do they like to read? This is reading in class. We played games, they made games, they made questions based on the reading on chapter 1, 2, and 3, and then they made quizzes, reading strategies and tasks. They had to analyze using reflection, art challenge, where they had to play the wizards and transform a desk into a pig. An art challenge if you want, comprehension quizzes, mirror of erased. If you read it, you know what would, if they look in the mirror, what do they see? We had a Christmas reading spree tournament, since it was about reading, and you see them celebrating here the results. We had a teacher's room, and as I was saying, house masters. We had products, different logos and slogans within the house, where they collaboratively had to decide, draw, do them. Textbooks, every class had a textbook, and teachers have designed those. What would they teach at their class? Connected to real world, of course, with a speck of magic. And finally, we had the Smile Chronicles. I will give it to you in the chat so that you can explore more if you want. I don't want to keep you any longer. It's the whole, you know, at the end of the school year, we don't have that in Moldova, but it's a European, and Americans do that too. At the end of the school year, they have a book where students can look back. What did they do? The pictures of the class that they had. So this is exactly what we did. We had a school, and we had a school chronicle. Evaluations, we since it was such a good I would say a good project, we had quite an impact on the students. We had reviews and testimonials. They had wrote their impressions about and how much did they like and how much they would recommend this school. Lots of reviews, positive, and I'm not ashamed to say that we've got some sweet and sour reports as well, reviews and testimonials as well, and that is part of growing, and that is part of, we encourage criticism, because remember, if you fail in growth mindset, it means that you're growing. If you fail, you're growing, because that's an opportunity to grow. And this is something that we should keep in mind, and we did definitely. In the next projects, I did take into consideration what my students thought, and other students involved in the project thought about the learning process. This is all I have for you today. I hope I didn't hold you too long, or I didn't bore you too much.
We are still smiling, Liliana, so it means that you were really, really inspiring. And I think it was food for thought, yeah, and many, many things we will be using for sure in our future project, because it was complex, really, really nice. I just want you to know that we will share the slides from the presenters. Liliana will send them to me, and I will give everything from everyone into a common email. And yeah, I'm reading the chat. Really nice, and I'm especially thankful because you showed us how you evaluated the project. And yes, it's very important to reflect on the criticism also. Maybe it wasn't criticism on the things they felt like not being completed or something they wanted more, and include them in the next projects. Really nice. Thank you for sharing us. Thank you for inspiring, Liliana. And now, if there are questions, please post them in the chat box, or just grab the microphone if there are questions for Liliana. If not, I will ask Simona to tell us about Web 2 tools we can use in our eTwinning or Erasmus project. Maybe insist on collaborative tools. I will share again. I will share again the screen just for a second so that I present you the slide, and then I will give the floor. Oh, sorry. I will give the floor to Simona.
Meantime, I want to congratulate Liliana for great work and all speakers, because I saw so many experiences now, and I feel myself so lucky to be today here with you. Thank you, Emeshe. And I will share my screen, because today maybe you will find some tools in your project. You use it, but now I think you can see.
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Okay. Yes, today I am the person who want to bring in your projects the innovative tools, because I am a primary school teacher, of course. Elena Cuza National College is my school from Romania, and I am an eTwinning ambassador. eTwinning was and remained love at first sight. This platform is for me the easel, and on which I challenge my creativity constantly to combine others and other colors. And I thank every day for these opportunities and steps to develop myself. I am eTwinning ambassador, but I am genuinely book creator, quiver, and science ambassador. And I will speak today and I hope to inspire you to use some Web 2.0 tools for eTwinning project, and a bit of Web 3.0, because I want to be the one who maybe give you the chance to search about these new future. eTwinning is the online community for schools, from Europe, and an eTwinning project can benefit from a variety of web tools. Today we'll talk about the ones I have been using successfully, and that have improved the experience of my partners and of my students. What factors contribute to the success of an innovative eTwinning project? Of course, you already have in mind the criteria for quality labels: pedagogical innovation, curricular integration, collaboration between partners, school, use of ICT, result, impact of documentation. But Web 2.2 describes the current web version, and Web 3.0 or Web 3 represent what's to come. And the point, I will speak more about this last one, but today I will start to say saying tools are used to make sure that pedagogical goals are met. Each web tools you select for your eTwinning project will serve as a vital piece of the puzzle, facilitating communication and collaboration between partners, and listing the active participation of students. And but be careful, don't pick the latest and greatest app just because you think it's cool to do so, or because it's a trend one. The goal of technology should be to facilitate construction of your project, not complicate. And of course, I only remind you, use of ICT, like was split in 3 sections in eTwinning section about eTwinning quality label. I must say it's important to choose and use creatively to have variety and accessibility to your tools, and to manage your workspace to be well structured, and to have accessibility to your partners and students, and to be safety and be to respect all copyright issues. And after that, creativity and innovation can be injected into your project with the help of digital tools, which can also improve teamwork. And today, because Liliana spoke about magic, coincidence, I will begin with genially. When they say magic, they are talking about genially. What are the benefits of incorporating Genially into your eTwinning experience? Genially causes a project revolution. I will say I made a project with so many Genially and other tools incorporating, and I was happy to see the success. Teachers can motivate students by using interactive and gamifying content. Students learn in novel ways, and every partner improves their digital skills. I made tutorials for teachers in my project to teach them genially, and they were happy to discover the escape room games, for example. Those awesome advantages will make you choose genially over other tools every time. Of course, interactivity, animation, integration, collaboration, team workspace, and gamification. About interactivity, you know, creating something interactive means making things happen. Whatever you do, use interactivity to add in Genially text, images, videos, audio, and external links. Everything can happen in Genially. And movement improves everything and make your work product stand out, and employing various animation techniques. The findings are mind-blowing. Everything you need is just a click away. You will see my example a little later. A link that can be inserted wherever desired. I think we like that, and we want to have like this to embed our links. And enough about technological use, some example of how I have implemented Genially in my project. You know, the presentation of your students can be more attractive if you use Genially. For example, I introduced the student team from my students team from Romania that participate in the project using Genially, and every student, as you can see, I think it's okay. Emeshe, can you see?
Yes.
Every student can use Genially to present themselves, age, and if you press on plus, you can discover some interest, some photos of some or avatars, Pixton integrated with Genially. Another idea was to interact images were used in the members presentation and task assignment, because I like it to give assignment to my team's works. Department has a color, one department to collaborate, one department to have the another task, and you can see these one solution for have in the same place your team. A timeline of project was another idea. I use it in a digital journey creativity project timeline, project plan, and generally it's perfect for that. You can set your activities, your data, and it's important to see your partners have access to all these data. And generally is useful and easy to use. To introduce various tasks and pick the partner interest because they involve interactivity and at time mystery. I spoke about escape games in a project, and I had 2 projects last year, Escape Room Land and Digital Journey, and I introduced, maybe I will start. For example, you can use Genially to introduce your task, not, for example, for team 5, like here, what to do, all elements, steps 1, 2, 3, and all instruction. That can give your partners more interest and motivation to work. Another idea was to, and of course, another way to share your task is to, for example, to another project, the Kaleidoscope of Love, what must do your partner. Maybe humans, every letter can open another step, another explanation, and your partner will see not only task like a list, but they can interactive elements. Because I like escape games, and these types is are my favorite. I challenge the members of my project to discover and enjoy to discover the creativity island. They must press this pencil, and everything is interactive. Students were so happy to discover so much elements to be on their way. Of course, messages, they open the suitcase if they find a secret message, of course, or challenge them to discover like here, oh no, inside is another suitcase. How will you manage to discover? And they must search, they may find, and it's so beautiful to see in online meetings how partners, students from all partners give ideas, speak, suppose, prediction, and they are happy to discover more and more elements. For example, here, and for example, they discover a secret message, top secret, open the letter, but there are passwords. They must find the code, and they must be the detectives for that code. And you can challenge and you blow and boost your motivation, your students from their project motivation. And here is, for example, a way to use Genially to create a map legend for your task, maybe from a section of your project. And there are, here you can see interactive elements with different tasks, and your partners and students can discover. Better together those who think creatively. Genially was designed with collaboration in mind, and in eTwinning project we want this to collaborate in real ways. Within your team workspace, you will be able to manage multiple projects simultaneously, co-edit design in real time, share brand assets and team templates, and more. For example, you can observe these are collaborative. Genially, we can work in space of Genially, more teachers and students, and it's easy because they can edit the same product. For example, we have here a gallery of creativity types. This was an eTwinning idea from the project Digital Journey to have 5 teams, 5 works in about the artist, the thinker, the adventurer, the innovator, and the visionary. And every team collect them using Book Creator and genially and worked in that task. The Missing Animals was an escape game created by my students, and they collaborate from here, from creating elements, from in Google Slides, the task, sharing the task, the mastery, the quiz, and which elements to have. Of course, masks. They created masks. They were happy to create with their idea all games. And here you can use Genially to show your project outputs. It's important to have visual elements and more easy to discover your project results. For example, you can see here the common escape game, and every element is interactive. That is beauty, because you have in all this map, for example, in this map, you have all project products in, and you can discover and search and infuse creativity to your team. You know better. Like I said, primarily we are visual creatures. So all the content you make in Genially is a visual experience, animated and interactive. This is because your content is successful if you design and maybe something new, like here, and you think ideas to be magical for your audience. For example, I presented task for the Steam Water Explorer project from Little Drop Waters. We have been creating the acrostic about water in an innovative way. Every letter, every word, every plus means elements created by students, and we managed to put together in this creation. Or like maps here from Escape Room Land, E from Escape Room Land, our land, from our dreams. And here you can see all partners and their students who work it. Of course, like Tinkling, Genially can be like an image interactive here, all products from Astro Kids and other projects. And common game is the beauty of Genially, because you can work together for creating great games. E-safety issues are taken into account as well as copyright issues. I used Genially, of course, for this. You can see here a puzzle. Every puzzle, every piece of puzzle reveal a rule about the project copyright, or rules about how to use tools and how to expose the students. Survey, of course, you can display it in a single location. I have been created this sign of graphics, and of course I use Genially for online meetings to challenge all partners with games like this, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you can find templates in Genially from more much. I hope Genially challenge you and to discover, maybe you already use it. Book Creator is another tool, is much more than a word processor, combine text, and I like to say it's more than create digital books. Let me explain why. Because students and teachers can collaborate in real time across multiple devices, and we know working in mixed teams was so challenging for our teachers in eTwinning projects. For that reason, I use Book Creator to invite and to write in the same time our creation. They can improve their reading speed and fluency by recording themselves. They can record their voice by having their books they read aloud to them. They can ensure that they fully understand the material. Here, Wheel of Student Voice and Joyce, you can embed all kind of content into Book Creator. For example, Google Maps, YouTube videos, PDF, spreadsheets, code creation, depends on you. And from the, sometimes you can insert 3D models from Sketchfile, that is amazing. And you can let in real time feedback for your students. That is for the teams, working in teams, the brilliant, because you can see your students work and speak about that. And superpowers with comic template and stickers. And some example of my work with Book Creator, diverse teams can effectively collaborate, like I say, through a special code. The team's coordinating teachers can give their students access to editable templates. This tool is great because it ensures that everyone on the team is responsible for their work and understands the consequences of failing to do so. This is why each and every learner and educator is important. For example, you can see the artist, for example. This is the book. As you can see, this presentation is made with Genially. How easy you can insert Book Creator in Genially. I think you can already saw. For example, this was the artist or some elements for my students and partner students to see. And here are in some studies made for my partners, implication of using augmented reality in the classroom using different tools, what we observed, what they concluded, and what they learned. And after that, you can use Book Creator to introduce in some instruction. For other ideas, how to use Book Creator, collect partners, posters, and logos. I made this for another project. Are you aware? Mathematic Cafe. This is a digital book with all problems, math problems using theater and sock puppets, and it's a great book. And online meetings, discussion, and analysis can be used already for your project. And working in teams, like I say, teamwork is useful. There is value in combining efforts. Another tools, of course, Canva. You know, Canva evaluated. Canva is more great now. You can use to make collaborative presentation, collaborative poster. Or this is one of Escape Room Land. If you are looking for a design tool perfect for creating stunning eTwinning projects, look no further than Canva. Here you can see how can create a digital newspaper. For my project with Canva, I created digital newspaper, and this was amazing because it was collaboratively. Every partner and every student insert in Canva, and after this we use it Hazing, collaborating with Canva, and all transform it in this digital newspaper, as you can see. But Worklit is important, for example, if you want to have moments to evaluate in your project. I use it to enter instruction, of course, for completing goals, and make collection of games. For example, for digital passport, and Worklit is already new, like a best in made collection. But where will technology be in the future? Web 3.0 or Web 3 expands upon Web 2. by incorporating decentralization, edge computing, and the metaverse. Maybe you heard about metaverse. It was challenging to use in my project Digital Journey, and virtual, augmented, and physical reality will all be brought together in Web3. This is the future. We must recognize this innovation in technology, and indeed we should look for ways in which they can help us achieve our educational goals in eTwinning project. Metaverse is a shared online 3D space where users can interact with each other and with computer-generated objects and avatars. Learning by doing is the best way of learning, even the most complex of tasks. You can imagine how much your students will be happy to learn from environment using haptic exoskeleton devices for further accelerator this learning. Many devices are standardization challenges, still not be solved, but this metaverse is in not final shape, but we hope in the future to have this real time interaction with web connection, conferences in real time, and avatars. I challenge my partners from the project Digital Journey, like I said, to create a gallery art using spatial, it's a metaverse experience. Let me introduce you in our digital gallery. And after, if we have time, I will invite you in to share this experience with you. For example, you have an avatar, you can create galleries, you can create rooms for your teams, and of course, you can discover elements of your project one by one, and you can insert QR codes, videos, and every element you want in your creative gallery. What is important using metaverse and spatial? It's to collaborate. For example, every you can see here who uploaded some elements, who was the person who upgraded this gallery, and that it's amazing because the gallery in eTwinning project must be collaborative. And we spoke about metaverse, we spoke about speaker of technology. I like to involve AR and VR, and I speak now about Quiver education because, and not only Quiver, I suppose you know about Quiver. These products are experience creating, engaging, and innovating learning. But I suggest you to try another ideas, Arlupa or Arloon. Arloon are like cartoons. Another idea is Merge Cube. You can combine realistic 3D models with an augmented reality viewer to make the experience unique and surprising. And I want to share with you some elements, some tools, platform I use it in projects to maybe to give you some elements to inspire you. Pigstone, you know, Poplet, mind maps, Miro, whiteboards to online collaborate software created as a team collaborating and online brainstorming. Kahoot, it's so amazing, and quizzes for online meeting with students and fix some content elements. You can evaluate your activities. Free storyboarding software, Storyboard that, it's amazing, and here you can see how you can create digital storytelling. And another idea is to use Skyview if you have a project for about space. I like so much Whimsical. I like it so much and use it to make your project documentation in one place, to share task with your teamwork, and communicate at the speed of thought, collaborative docs, flowchart in the same place, sticky notes, mind maps. You can see what partners say, what partners they like it or not. You can use straw poll. It's three-sided, but I use straw poll for quick poll in your maybe to choose the poster logos and another creation. Flipgrid to evaluate your project, and I use it Padlet. Yes, Padlet was the most used in element in a twinning project, but it can be used another way to introduce some elements, subject, not not use Padlet only to collect and like base data. And here icograms, my students created collaboratively with others, other teachers in the same time, future of cities of the future, and they like it so much. Raymond Rood said the future belongs to those who dare to envision the future, treat their vision as fact, and take responsibility for translating their vision into reality. Don't be afraid to try out new software or online tools, resources in project. That is the only way to find out which works best for you. Thanks for your attention for today. I was so happy to share some elements for you. Maybe you have in mind maybe great tools too, but this was my presentation for today. Thank you, Emeshe.
Thank you all for sharing, for inspiring us. I was just thinking that so much magic and so many inspiring products have been shared today. I just want to let you know that I'm not going to keep up much of your time, only a few of invitations since I am the guest tonight. Only a few invitations regarding the action research in school education eTwinning featured group, and some things regarding eTwinning projects, because actually this group action research in school education, if we just think of the amazing presentations we have seen from Web2 tools to how you embed these activities into your amazing eTwinning projects. But I feel like, and the commission felt like, we as teachers don't express ourselves so much. There is a need for action research. We usually don't do the traditional research because that it is for academics. But in our classes, we start from some problems we have noticed, and we do these amazing eTwinning projects, and we work each day to make a difference. So we have seen in Liliana's presentation how she collected data, how students reflected on their work. We have seen in Alenka's presentation how they embed collaboratively the Web2 tools. We've seen from Simona how to use those in eTwinning projects, and I personally discovered lots of them I haven't heard about before, and I am looking forward to find out how to include them in my future work. The question is, are we as teachers prepared to share this knowledge? Because we do have this knowledge and we do make an impact with our projects in our work. If we are ready to share it to the public, because this is the only thing we don't do, because the stages of the actual research are kind of similar to what we do in our eTwinning projects. We prepare, we stage, we have the project stage, and then we generate the theory. And while presenting, while speaking about our amazing projects, we do speak about the theory, but we don't do it maybe that scientifically. You have here an example, and I will share also the template, because it's from the teachers as researchers improving classroom practice through action research online course. you can still register, and I will also share the link to find inspiration there if you want to document more your eTwinning projects, if you want to write about them also. As you can see, you reflect on your classroom and your the topic of interest. You select the focus, establish the purpose of the actual research, and then describe the intervention and make a difference. Collect data, and then of course write about the findings. Put on paper what you have been doing. The report is similar to any article you have to write as a traditional researcher. And actually, if you think of the quality criteria in eTwinning and what we do as actual researchers, you will see many similarities. So actually, actual research, we do actual research through our eTwinning projects, just that maybe we didn't all document it that much. And Simona and Alenka and Juana and Monica and all the experts were speaking about the quality criteria in eTwinning, and I won't discuss it more. Maybe just the documentation part, which is very important, how we evaluate and what do we do with the data we collect, where did we start, and what's changed in our project. And actually it's a circular thing, because at the end we receive other questions and there are other subjects we have to focus on. So it's a never-ending challenge. What I want to encourage you, because you have been also inspirational, is to write about your work. The message obviously is for all the eTwinnings. It's important to be aware of the research done in education, to conduct actual research, and to write about your findings, how you monitor, how you evaluate your work. And I have here a few tips and tricks. If you have different ones, feel free to share with us. I will share the links to all these materials. What we have been doing in TeachMeet was an informal way of sharing our findings, but there are lots of websites and associations and conferences where you can share your work. Also, you can write articles and publish your research, and I will share a few links with you. Obviously, the invitation is to share with us. December will be the month of sharing, because in December somebody wrote in the feedback that it would be nice to have a magazine. So in December we are trying to publish a magazine with the work from eTwinning projects. So everyone attending today, or everyone you know on eTwinning who has been doing magic this year, and you have been doing magic this year, is more than invited to share with us. We will try to make a common book as part of the actual research in school education group. And without further discussions and without keeping you longer, I want to share with you the feedback link. I will also post it in the chat so you can complete it. It was a pleasure and an honor to have you all here. Let me just grab the link and share it with you. Just a second. Okay, is it here? Just let me know if it's working, if you can see it. If there are questions, please post them there, because I will share them with my colleagues, and I will get back to you with all the materials we have prepared. It was a pleasure to have you for 2 hours here. It was a pleasure to listen to all the presentations, and I just want to let you know that we're not stopping. We are not just having the magazine this month. Next week we will have 2 amazing speakers, Loredana Popa and Anita Sima, who accepted to share from their knowledge to present you amazing eTwinning projects. Anita will share from her experience as an eTwinning ambassador, and Loredana will present you how she empowers her students to get voice and choice. So if you're interested in the topic, scan the code. Anyway, I will send the link for you to register as a participant this time if you are interested. And of course, if you want to make a change, if you want to be a part of this group, to share, to collaborate, to inspire us with anything else, write in the comment there so that we know. We don't have a group we used to have, but it will be there on the new European School Education platform. Until then, you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, you have the hashtag we use, and the screenshot with the pages we have. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we try to be as active as possible. And these are the references, and I will also add other links to the material as well. As I have seen, you have been here today from more countries. I will finalize with maybe the link I shared at the beginning, which was not working so well. And I will give the floor to my amazing project, to my amazing webinar partners, eTwinning partners, to say goodbye. For me, you are all inspirational. I am glad you accepted my invitation. I don't know how these 2 hours passed, because you were really, really, really inspiring and motivating. Thank you, each one of you, for giving us this amazing present, your time, not just your work, but your time and your expertise. So I don't know if you want to say goodbye or to have a closure with the participants, I would be glad. I don't know, should we start with Alenka, because she was the first one?
Here I am. What can I say? I'm amazed by all these presentations. I've learned a lot today. So many great ideas, inspiration, so many great tools, new tools that I've never heard of before. So thanks a lot, Emeshe, for invitation, and thanks a lot for all the presenters, and of course for all the participants. Thank you from Croatia.
Thank you, Alenka. Thank you so much. Okay, who was next? Juana?
Yes, I was next, and I want to say that I am wiser now. I'm smarter. I know many more things. Thank you very much for sharing with me, with us today. And I have taken notes, a lot of notes, you know. So thank you. It was inspirational.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. Monica? I don't know if Monica is still, I don't know if she can hear us. If not, I will ask Liliana to say something. Or Simona?
Yes, thank you so much, Emeshe. Sorry for maybe the time. Like you say, it's the time flying. Always when we share things. I am so happy to discover here so passionate, so great teachers and great ideas. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you all very much. To experts, to participants, I will close the recording now, thanking you all and wishing you amazing projects, and just keep taking the magic into the classrooms, because you all do a great job.